Good evening, comrades. Myself, Bennet
Good evening,
Sebastian,
sir.
General Secretary, Canara Bank Officers Federation. So this is our second training program for promotion aspirants. Our first training program, we got a very good feedback. So today also that resource person is Sivakumar Duraipandy. Is working the Bangalore West branch. So in coming days also we are planning many sessions. So what we are thinking to give a idea about a concept, each concept, rather than going for question answer. So if you are understanding the concept, the topic, so you can answer questions from different angles. Sometimes questions may not be the direct questions. So that is why the understanding the topic is very important. Suppose in coming days, what we are planning regarding surface C or surface NCLT, all this one topic we will be doing. That we will understand what is this, what is surface C, what are the implication of surface C, NCLT, and this recovery aspect. And another one concept we are planning regarding balance sheet analysis. That is also we are finding a very good resource person. We are in touch with it, so we will announce which that date also, so we can understand how the, because many questions will come regarding balance sheet analysis. Then another topic, retail products, that also we will do it, and the digital area, that also we have to cover. So today is one of the important topic, MSME, because many questions will come this side. So we have to understand what is the what all are the schemes coming under MSME. So I am really, I hope this section will be for benefit to all of you. So I request all of you kindly understand the concept. Then it will be benefit for not only in exam but also in banking, day-to-day banking also. I'm getting many calls regarding whether it is only for CBOF, is nothing like that. Knowledge don't have any association, union, trade union, nothing. So it's just we are arranging it. That's all. We are just giving a forum to sharing the knowledge. That's all. So so it is almost 70, 75, almost 80 plus officers have attended. So I am not extending my, because we have to give importance to our section. So I request Sivakumar is having lot of knowledge this area, and he is working in the ROs. He has worked in branches also, regional office also. So he know the all the aspect of the concept. And Avijit Pandey, he will be the moderator of these sections. So with this, I wish you because I know all of you will clear this exam, no doubt. So I request Sivakumar to start the class, and also I request Comrade Avijit Pandey to moderate the. Thank you. All the best.
Comrades, last session, I think on 13th, we had a session on CASA Products. And CASA Products, I think we have covered almost all areas. Only thing last time, that material for that insurance, that is only one thing pending. So I'm in the preparation of, I'm doing the preparation process. So it will be mostly completed today. So yesterday, I think I have shared many, some few questions to all the people, like from 5 questions. I just tried my level best to see that all the topics are covered. Can I think most of people would have read that question, so I asked them to try the answers. So at the end of today's session, we will discuss the answers for those 5 questions, so that we will come to know, because I need your discussion on those topics also, because that goes how I prepared such questions, like, so that during the examination also you will be having a fair idea, very good idea about all the topics. So a single question, if you read with that, you can able to crack any kind of tough questions. Like that only prepared the questions. If you are okay with that, then we can continue the same manner. Like this session again, we have a question and session on the next. After 1 or 2 days, we will have one more session. There we will have a question and session. So like that, we will start. So after today's part, now actually MSME we cannot cover in a single day. So we'll start with the part one only. So today is a part one. So we will start with the basics of SMMSME, that classifications and the targets, and those things will start with, and 1 hours will conclude that. After that, we'll go for the discussion on question and answers about the CASA products, and we can discuss the answer keys also. So I think we can go ahead. Yes. So, comrade, MSME, I think most of you will know, there is no need to explain. Micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSME. So it covers actually the definition of MSME is under the MSMED Act, Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. Whether the screen is visible, na? The screen is visible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Done. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So now, till 2020, the classification of the enterprises were different, because till that time the definition of micro, small, medium, and in that manufacturing and services, the definitions were different. But since 2020, the classification was some modifications brought in the classification. So let us not think about the old method. Let us concentrate only on the new method. So from 2020 onwards, what is the classification methodology? So the two factors are very important to classify any enterprises as a micro, small, or medium. Two major things. One is investment in plant and machinery or equipment. So in case of manufacturing industries, we call it as plant and machinery. In case of service enterprises, we call it as equipment. So any investment in either manufacturing or services, there is no distinction, there is no differentiation in this aspect. Any investment as in a plant and machinery or equipment and turnover. So these two factors play a major role and the most important factors to determine the classification of the enterprises. So if we are small, if a medium or micro, based on the investment amount and the turnover, we will decide. So first one, what is a micro enterprises? So any enterprise where the investment in the plant and machinery or equipment, the words are very important, investment in plant and machinery or equipment, again, does not exceed, again the another word, does not exceed 1 crore. So investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore. And another important word is and, it is not or. And turnover does not exceed rupees 5 crores. So only if both the categories, both the criteria are met, then the enterprise will be called micro enterprises. Yes, hello? Okay, so investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed rupees 5 crores. This is now visible? Visible now? Okay, maybe I would have clicked them mistakenly. Done. Okay, so a micro is an enterprise where the investment in the plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed 5 crores. So these words, terminologies are very important. And in case of small enterprises, same investment in plant and machinery does not exceed 10 crores. So, and turnover does not exceed 50 crores. Similarly, in medium, the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed rupees 50 crores and turnover does not exceed rupees 250 crores. So this classification is very important. So just again recollect, investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed rupees 5 crore, which is called micro enterprise. And the enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 10 crores and turnover does not exceed 50 crores, which is called small enterprise. And enterprise where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 50 crores and turnover does not exceed 50 crores, will classify it as medium enterprises. This is very important. So any such enterprise should register themselves in the UDM registration portal. That is, people are aware, because now all the classification in investment and plant and machinery and the turnover are now all made systemized. So in the CBS, we have to enter all their data. So for that, we cannot enter just like that. There should be a government authorized certificate for that. That is called UDM registration certificate. So any enterprise, it may be a micro, maybe a small enterprise or micro and medium enterprises, they should register themselves under the UDM registration portal in a basis, and they have to obtain a UDM registration certificate, which is called URC, UDM registration certificate. What is the reason for this particular URC is the Reserve Bank of India and governments are alerting the targets for the various sectors to the banks. So in case of MSME, we have to give certain percentage of loans to the MSMEs, maybe a micro, small, and medium. So for that, there should be a data to confirm that these much of loans are given for the particular sectors. So only if there is a proper classification methodology, proper data available, then only we can ensure that this much of amount was lent for the so and so sectors. So the URC is a government given record based on which the banks will feed the data in the backend, so that whatever loan we give, the branches will give, or MSME slab or who was sanctioned. So data should be updated in the backend based on the URC data. So whatever data available URC, if it is a micro, that amount will be investment value will be updated in CBS. Similarly, turnover, whatever the GST turnover, that will update in the CBS. Accordingly, the priority sector lending target will be reached. So if the priority sector, if the proper data is not fed, then whatever loan we give for MSME enterprises may not be accounted under this particular category. So very important that the URC is obtained, and the whatever data in the URC that should be fed in the CBS. That is called that is a prime objective of this. So for the priority sector lending PSL purposes, a bank shall be guided by the classification recorded in the URC. So banks cannot classify in their own. Previously, few years back and all, we can type whatever we want. So, but after these classifications are made mandatory URC, now it is very important that bank cannot take any branch cannot classify any entity as a medium, small, or micro. They have to be guided by the URC only. So only based on UDM registration certificate, they have to classify the particular entity in the CBS. So another important point here is all the bank loans to micro, small, and medium enterprises or for any or maybe manufacturing or services are eligible to be classified under priority sector advance. So straight away, any loan given by the bank to micro, small, and medium enterprises like these three classifications will be classified under priority sector lending only. So what about the retail trading? So these micro, small, and medium enterprises where plant and machinery and equipments are available. But what about the retail trading and wholesale trading, where there won't be any equipments, there won't be any plant and machinery, there will be only trading. But those trading also will be classified as MSMEs only for the purpose of priority sector lending. So whatever loan brands give to this retail trade and wholesale trade, those will also be classified as MSME only. And those entities should also, based on the turnover, invest, whatever may be, they should classify themselves under the URC. So this very UDM registration portal, they should also obtain the certificate and they should give it to the bank so that bank can update the data in the CBS. So there are enterprises where they may not be having any GST, they may not be having any registration, or they may be running a small unit, small village cottage industry, something like that, which there won't be much turnover. But there will be some business, but the turnover is not to that extent to file a GST or something. So those enterprises will be classified under informal micro enterprises, IME. There is a sole criteria. This is only sole criteria for the definition of informal micro enterprises is nothing but they are exempted from filing the returns under the provisions of Goods and Service Tax Act 2017. So this is not just any what is an informal micro enterprise. Simply you can make a note that those enterprises which are exempted from filing returns under the provisions of Central Goods and Services Act will be called as informal micro enterprises, IMEs. This is called informal micro enterprises. Yes. So similar to URC, UDM registration certificate, there is given by the UDM registration portal. There is one more portal for the informal micro enterprises, which is called UDM Assist portal. It is called UAP. So UDM registration portal is URP. That will provide URC certificate to the MSME enterprises, whereas there is another portal called UDM Assist portal, UAP, to give certifications to informal micro enterprise, which is called UAC, UDM Assist certificate. So now, the definition, just a small terminology change only, you can easily memorize this. So IME will be certified by the UDM Assist portal with the UDM Assist certificate.
हाँ सर एक्चुअली कोई भी जो एमएसएमई का ये है डेफिनेशन है, उस पे मान लीजिए कोई भी एंटरप्राइज है जिसका इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लांट एंड मशीनरी पे 1 करोड़ है, पर उसका सेल 5 करोड़ के मतलब टर्नओवर 5 करोड़ से ज्यादा है, तो उसको किस कैटेगरी में डिफिनेशन आएगा? मतलब स्मॉल पे आएगा, मीडियम पे, माइक्रो पे आएगा? वो थोड़ा एक कंफ्यूजन है.
Able to hear me now? Able to hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that is why I clearly explained, and that is very important. So if one category, one criteria, if it achieves, but other criteria, suppose for example, investment is 10 crore, but the turnover is not 10 crores below, not 50 crores, below 50 crores, then automatically goes to micro only. So thing is like only if the both the criteria are satisfied, then it is called graduation and reverse graduation. So yep, one enterprises will be graduated to the next enterprises if their turnover and investment are graduated to next level. If even one criteria is not matching, then we'll go to the previous level, like that only. Understood now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, take it. I'll continue. I'm continuing. Yes. Yes. I think I stopped with here. Yes. So the informal micro enterprises are nothing but those enterprises who are exempted from filing returns under the GST Act 2017. Hence, those enterprises will be called informal micro enterprises, IMEs, and they can also register themselves under the Udyam Assist portal, and they will get a certificate called Udyam Assist Certificate, UAC, and the number will be called Udyam Assist Certificate number. And those IMEs will be treated equivalent to micro enterprises under the purpose of PSL classification. So whatever companies registered under this Udyam Assist portal will be treated equivalent to the micro enterprises for the private sector classification. So even those companies who have invested 1 crore in the investment in plant and machinery and a turnover does not exceed 5 crore, those will also be called as micro enterprises. And those companies who do not have any GST returns and there is no criteria for any investment, any turnover, but still if they're exempted from GST, they will be also called as micro enterprises, provided if they file registered under Udyam Assist portal and they are given the UAC, that is Udyam Assist certificate by the Udyam Assist portal. That's it. So now we go to the next. Now what registration process? So why we are concentrating more on the registration now? Because what is happening now, this URC and UACs become very important because many statutory things will be following hereafter based on this URC and UAC only. Because many government initiatives, RBI guidelines and banks are based on this investment on plant and machinery and the turnover basis only. Now all are related to GST only. Even our bank has introduced a Canara GST, and that we'll discuss in the further days. So like that, every single thing is now linked to either investment or turnover basis. So very importantly, we have to follow the guidelines of registration and updation of registration and the updation of data of GST returns and ITRs and this investment in the Udyam registration. So that is why we are concentrating more than one by one will go accordingly. So registration process absolutely free as of now. There is no need of any fees, paying fees. It's online. It is on self-declaration basis only. And Aadhaar number is compulsory for any registration. And the Aadhaar number of who? So accordingly, we have to very important because any enterprises, it may be a proprietorship, it may be a partnership, it may be a HUF, it may be a company or limited liability, whatever entity it may be, it will be run by some individuals only as authorized signatories. So definitely those individuals should have an Aadhaar number and a PAN number. Those are mandatory record they have to give to the Udyam registration portal to apply. So very importantly, Aadhaar number for proprietor in case of proprietorship firm, and managing partners in case of partnership firm. In case of the Karta, in case of HUF, it should be given. And PAN is also mandatory. So PAN of who we will be getting, like, so in case of proprietorship, where proprietorship generally it is a non-statutory thing because most of the proprietors were not registered under any act or something like companies or partnership act. They will be run just by without registration. In those cases, the PAN of the individual proprietor will be given. So in case of company or limited liability partnerships, cooperative society or a society or a trust, whatever may be, then the GST number, like so if they are having turnover of GST, then definitely GST number will be there. And the authorized signatories PAN and other, which should also be uploaded in the Udyam registration portal. And accordingly, finally, they will get the registration certificate. So it's very importantly, the GST numbers and PAN and other of the authorized signatories should be uploaded. And one more important point is, for example, a particular entity may be running different kind of businesses. The same entity can have different like service industries or manufacturing of goods or so many things, or retail trading. A single entity may be doing 3 different kind of activities, but there should not be any different registration for each activity. In the same registration itself, there is provision to record their activities. So same, only one registration is permitted by any own enterprises But if they want to incorporate their activities, they can incorporate it separately. So no enterprise shall file more than one Udyam registration, and any number of activities, it may be a manufacturing or service or both, may be specified rather in only one Udyam registration only. Suppose if because this Udyam registration is mostly on self-declaration basis. So if what happens if the declaration is wrong or any misrepresentation is misinformation or suppression of facts are there, ultimately what happened based on suppression of facts, they suppose a customer as actually he may be should have been classified under medium or big large enterprise also by way of suppression of fact or misinformation, he will try to bring his enterprise under a micro, small, or medium, and thereby to avail the benefits. In such case, since it is based on self-declaration basis, bankers or nobody will be in a position to verify unless there is a audit or something. So in those cases, if later stage, if something happens and it is found that the person has intentionally suppressed the facts, then that particular thing will be covered, penalty will be come under section 27 of the MSMED Act. So any penalty or any punishment will be covered under section 27 of MSMED Act in case of such misinformation or suppression of facts. One more important point here is there are enterprises running for many years. Not recently, any enterprise can register under Udyam registration portal or Udyam assist portal. But there may be various entities who are working for so long time and they would have registered their name under different organizations under Ministry of MSME. In such case, also they have to register once again with Udyam registration portal. So it is mandatory for all the MSME units, even if they are registered already with any other entity, any other organization, should also register themselves with the Udyam registration portal compulsorily. And one important exemptions given is for the PM Swanidhi beneficiaries. The PM Swanidhi beneficiaries are not mandated for classification MSME. It's not exempted, but not mandatory. If they want to register, they can register. Suppose a small vendor is running a small street vendor is availing a loan of 10,000 and subsequently want to increase his investment and turnover, and then he can register himself under Udyam registration portal. So it is not exempted. It is non-mandatory. If you want, he can register. Need not register, but no bank can insist for PM Swanidhi beneficiaries to register under Udyam registration portal to avail any loan benefits under PM Swanidhi. So, and this particular exemption is, this particular provision is given by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. This is very important. Though this MSME, this Udyam registration portal is dealt by the MSME Ministry. This particular exemption is provided to the PM's one of the beneficiaries by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So now the question comes, like the answer for the question which is asked by Comrade Vishwas is updation of information, transition period, and classification. So suppose let us assume in 2023 one company has registered as a micro enterprises, and they, for example, let us assume their investment in the plant and machinery or equipment was around 50 lakhs, and turnover is up to, and the turnover is around like 4 crores, and it was some like. So let us assume if there is a entity with some investment below 1 crore and turnover below 4 crore, below 5 crores, then they will be called micro enterprise. Let us assume in 2023 such company was registered. Subsequently, after 1 or 2 years, their investment also increased and their turnover also increased. Let us assume the investment crossed 6 crores and the turnover also crossed 7 crores. So automatically what happened, the micro enterprises will become a small enterprises. So how does this is called graduation, but we cannot do it manually, as I already told. Only through the URC portal only that graduation should happen. So in such case, that is the provision for updation. That is where the updation will come. So the URC registered enterprises to update this information like ITR, GS returns for the previous financial year, and other information whatever asked on self-declaration basis. So based on that information, automatically what happened, the classification of enterprise will be updated. So it is called graduation. Suppose from a small, so this is called graduation. So any enterprise from a lower to higher category will be called as graduation. And same way, there are chances that the turnover of the company may come down from 11 crore to 4 crore in a particular year. And in that case, though their investment may not come down, because investment will not drastically reduce. The investment in the plant and machinery and the equipment will be of same. but the turnover would have come down from 11 crores to 4 crores. In that case, automatically, enterprises will be classified under the small category, would be reverse graduated to the micro enterprise category in the next year. So based on the updation as per the GST returns and IT returns and other data, automatically this graduation and reverse graduation will happen. Once it happens, the Udyam registration portal will automatically communicate this graduation or reverse graduation to the respective enterprises. And another, again, here also, any failure to update, because every year they have to update the returns. Based on that, only the graduation, reverse graduation happen. There are chances there won't be any graduation, reverse graduation also, because the investment may not increase, it will remain the same level, and the turnover also, if it is same level, then there won't be any graduation or reverse graduation. That will be continuity of the existing classification. So in that, but even then, they have to update the turnovers every year. So if they turnovers and their investments, if they don't update, and automatically there are chances that their URCs and their URCs may be suspended. So that is very important. That is why every year the URS updation is mandatory. One more important aspect in the investment classification of the enterprises is what are all the investments which are exempted from calculating, because you cannot calculate or consider all the investments, whereas there should be some exclusions given to the investment category. For example, those investments which is related to the electricity, then electricity and power safety measures, and some knowledge related things, R&D things, pollution things, such things and all cannot be accounted under the investment category. If such things comes, the cost will be more, and automatically the company will be graduated to the next category, and they may lose their benefits. So in such cases, that will be difficult. Though the company will meet out the expenditure and the pollution, they have to incur more expenditure, then they will be automatically graduated. So to avoid such things, the government has given a clear exemptions for various categories which are related to the safety, pollution, security measures, electricity. And I will just read one by one. Just some 10 to 11 such exemptions are available. I'm just reading one. Equipment such as tools, jigs, dies, molds, and spare parts for maintenance and cost of consumable stores. Installation of plant and machinery, expenditure towards installation of plant and machinery, which is exempted from calculation. Then R&D equipments and pollution control equipments are also exempted for calculating the investment in plant and machinery. This is very important. Power generation set and extra transformer is very important. Not just the generation set, power generation set one, gen set is one, and extra transformer installed with enterprise as per the regulations of State Electricity Board. So not just a generation rate, and one more extra transformer also they can install, which is also exempted under the calculation for investment in the plant and machinery and equipments. Bank charges and service charges. Bank charges, any charges to the bank, that is, it is not interest or loan, it is charges. Or any charges for the company, like opening of accounts, what are the charges for the account or operation? Please let me know immediately once my screen disappears. I don't know, suddenly something is happening. Acha. No, immediately inform anybody. Don't hesitate to tell. Immediately, if screen disappears, immediately let me know. So shall I go again from the first slide? Is okay? Not required, na? Okay, fine. So equipment such as tools and 1 minute. So I do one thing. I just so bank charges and service charges to NSIC. I think National Small Industries Corporation. People may be aware. It is a government entity which will be helping the MSME industries for procurement of raw materials and export, import, and kind of assistance they will provide, and they will be incurring some charges for their services. So those charges are also exempted under the category. And not just as National Small Industries Corporation, there may be some states which will be running their own industries corporation also. So any charges incurred by the enterprises for payment towards their assistance, which is also exempted under the category. And procurement or installation of cables, wirings, bars, electrical panels. This electrical panel is very important, not mounted on the individual machinery, because those machineries or inbuilt panels will be there. Those will be considered as the investment, whereas those panels which are not mounted on the individual machinery will be exempted. Oil circuit breakers or miniature circuit breakers, which are necessarily to be used for providing electrical power. This is very important. So what are all the machineries, what are all the equipments required to provide electrical power, to the plant and machinery or for safety measures. So here also, if you see this power generation set and extra transformer is also exempted. Here again, any expenditure for procurement and installation of cables, other things related to electrical power and safety measures is also exempted. One more thing is gas producer plant is again related to power only. So this is also exempted. And transport and charges. This transport and charges is exempted, but sales tax, value tax, and excess tax is not exempted. That is why this is excluding. We should not take it other way. Transport and charges for indigenous machinery from the place of the manufacturer to site of the enterprise. Indigenous means a locally made machinery. So suppose a company is purchasing a machinery from one place, the transportation charges for shifting, for example, one state to another state. Let us assume the machine is moving from Gujarat to Karnataka. So the transportation charges is applicable. It should be exempted for the calculation for investment, but sales tax, value-added tax, excess duty will be considered for will be calculated for the investment that calculation. That is very important. So this is for indigenous machinery. And charges paid for technical know-how. This is another important technical know-how for the erection of the plant and machinery, because many times the plant and machinery will be new or used by someone. Yeah, yeah, Shruti madam. Yeah, you have raised some. Tell me.
No, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
No issues. Yeah. So the technical know-how for the plant and machinery, the particular enterprises or the personnel may not be aware. Only those who are bringing the machines will be aware. So the expenditures paid to such technical know-how things also exempted for calculation, investment, and declaration. And then comes storage tanks. This is another important point. The storage tanks, where raw materials and finished products are stored, but not linked to the manufacturing process. That very such storage tanks which store raw materials and finished products only and not linked to the manufacturing process. So suppose there is a tank which is involving in the manufacturing process, those tanks should not be exempted for calculation under the investment category. Those tanks should be included. Whereas those tanks where the raw material storage and finished goods are stored, those tanks will be exempted for investment calculation. And finally, firefighting equipment. So if you go through the list again, you will be easily classify the things. Just equipments for the spare parts, installation of plant and machinery, R&D and pollution control, power generations, bank charges and service charges for NSIC, procurement and installation for electrical power and safety measures, gas production plant, transport and charges, excluding the sales tax, value-added tax, and excess duty, and for indigenous machinery, and technical know-how for erection of plants, storage tanks where the raw materials and finished products are stored, and firefighting equipment. These are all the investments exempted for calculating the investment. But very important, another point is, while calculating investment in the plant and machinery, only the original price should be taken into account, irrespective of the plant and machinery is a new one or a second-hand one. So what is the original price? That only should be taken into consideration. Yeah, Converse sir, you have raised a hand. Tell me.
I want to ask that if a customer is having multiple units,
yes,
whether combined liability will be calculated for the classification.
Sir, for classification,
if he is having 2 units.
Yes, sir. The classification
For
is
classification, combined
yeah,
turnover and combined investment will be included or separate, sir?
Yes, sir. That is what single registration. Udyam registration is only one. It includes both manufacturing and services.
Yes,
again, any number of entities, any number of units. Only one registration. Obviously, what happens? Whatever turnover they are doing in their units will comes under single URC only. So obviously, for next year updation, what happens? Their turnover will be added as a single entity only. Correct, na? So it is automatic. We need not. But this is the fact. They will. But if there is 2 different entities, that is different. If in a single entity they have 2 different units, it should be updated in a single URC only. That you tell the customer to do that instead of a separate. But if 2 different entities, different. That is different, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So while calculating the investment, original price only you should take into account, irrespective of the new plant and machinery or second-hand one. But in case of imported machinery, there is very important. Here there was a Here they discussed about indigenous machinery. Here we are speaking on imported machinery. So in case of imported machinery, these are all the expenditures you should take into account. Import duty, but this import duty where the expenditure, local transportation cost from the port to the factory should not be added, and something called demurrage paid, that also should not be added in the import duty. Shipping charges, that should be added. Customs clearance charges, that should be added. Sales tax and value tax should be added. So these are the 4 important things should be added while calculating the value for imported machinery. So import duty, shipping charges, customs clearance charges, sales tax or value tax. So, but in case of indigenous machinery, that customs tax will not come, shipping charge will not come. Other than import duty will not come, but sales tax and value tax and excise duty will come. So this you please keep it in mind. These are in case of export duty, here import duty. Excess duty is for within India. Import duty is for imported machinery. So shipping charges will not be applicable in case of indigenous machinery. So in case of imported machinery, import duty, shipping charges, customer clearance charges, and sales tax and value tax should be added for calculating the investment. Yes. So now comes the prior sector classification. So that is very important because all the discussions what we have made is only to ensure that the banks are following the guidelines of RBI, that they are reaching the target for priority sector. So for that, what are all the sectors, what are all the loans will be classified under priority sector, that we are going to see. First thing is as I already discussed, all the bank loans to micro, small and medium enterprises will comes under priority sector only. That is already discussed. Then factoring transactions, that is very important. We will have a separate session on this. Last year we had a separate session for this NBFC factoring. So I will be sharing the slide for the NBFC factors. This factoring is nothing but any entity will be having any trading or manufacturing or services. Definitely those entities will be having some receivables, like some pending payments, bill dependencies will be there. So the banks can take those, discount those bills and discount those receivables, and they can lend. That is, in simple terminology, it is called factoring. We will discuss in detail about that factoring. So with recourse factoring, without recourse factoring, and one more is that there is a with recourse, without recourse. Wherever banks are lending to such or discounting such receivables with recourse means bank is having some security on that. The bank can also claim some loss from the particular borrower. So wherever banks are discounted factoring transactions of the receivables with recourse concept, that is called with recourse factoring transaction by the banks, which carry out the business of the factoring departmentally wherever the assign is nothing but the borrower. So if the borrower is MSME, and for that borrower, if the bank is discounting the receivables and doing the factoring transactions, and such, it is also called financing only. So such loans, such factoring transaction will be classified under the priority sector. That's very important. MSME. So if it is a micro, small and medium enterprises, accordingly classification will be added. We will have a separate session for this factoring, so do not worry about that. Then another important development is that factoring transactions are made online now. There is a separate platform for the discounting of trade receivables. That is, receivables nothing but pending payments. We'll call it as debtors, creditors will call, no? Something like that only. So wherever the receivables are there, the banks can, the financial institutions can go for discounting those receivables and they can lend. So such receivable discounting was made online. A separate portal was also introduced, which is called Trade Receivables Discounting System, TREDS. So there is a separate guidelines for it. We will be discussing and in a separate thing. And export under MSME sector will be a classified under priority sector only. Export credit includes pre-shipment and post-shipment export, excluding off-balance sheet item like LCs kind of thing will not come under this. Only export credit, pre-shipment and post-shipment will be only considered under the priority sector classification lending. And one more point is all loans to units in KVA sector, Khadi Village Industry sector, and specifically the loans will be classified under the 7.5% of micro enterprises classification. So any bank should give up to, I think, 40% of their total loans annual net bank credit in the to the private sector. In that private sector, 7.5% of classification should go to the micro enterprises. It's called sub-classification of the MSME enterprises. So if you lend for KVI sector, straight away that will be accounted under the 7.5% for the micro enterprises. Then comes the loans up to 50 crores to startups. Like now the Ministry of Commerce and Industry can define a particular entity as MSME. So it is not Ministry of MSME. Ministry of Commerce and Industry can define a particular industry under MSME. And if any bank is giving loan up to 50 crores to such entity, it is called startup. So if a Ministry of Commerce and Industry has classify a particular company as a MSME as startup, then the particular company is getting a loan up to 50 crores, then that will be also classified under the private sector. Here the difference is, it is not Ministry of MSME, it is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. In our bank, we have launched a separate product called Canara Startup. We'll be discussing separately this thing like above, but the particular Canara Startup product will start from above 10 lakh and up to 10 crores. Though the classification of private sector up to 5 crores, 50 crores of loans will be classified under the private sector. This Canara Startup at present is up to from 10 above 10 lakh and up to 10 crore. We are giving loans, and the circular for that is 564 for 2023 and 836 2023. We'll be discussing it separately in the coming days. Now comes decentralized sector. So there is a definition called decentralized sector. There is no specific definition. It is called wherever the artisans, village industries, cottage industries, those will be called decentralized sector. But the loans to entities involved in giving inputs and marketing. So suppose a particular village is there, or small entities, small town is there, where there will be handmade devices, KVA, Khadi kind of products they are manufacturing. Artisans are there. For example, apparel manufacturing will be there. Small toys manufacturing may be there. Leather products manufacturing will be there. Coir products manufacturing will be there. Something like that. Some kind of artisans village where they're doing the cottage level manufacturing or services and such things. So the entities which are providing raw material inputs, supply of inputs is nothing but raw materials and supplies only. So any input, if they provide, any entity which is providing input to the decentralized sector, and the entity which is marketing the product made by the decentralized sector will be, if they avail any loan, and that will be that also comes under private sector. So these sanctions were directly to the sectors. KVI will be directly coming into the micro enterprises. Apart from this, any entity which directly is helping in the inputs and marketing of the output of the artisans, village and the cottage industries will also be classified under the micro enterprises only. So that is very important. Next, cooperatives. So now inputs of and marketing of the output, the entities which are helping will be called micro enterprises. Not just that. Suppose after the output will be sold through a separate cooperative method. So any entities which is a cooperative for the produce in the decentralized sector, those loans given to such cooperatives will also be classified under the in the private sector lending only. Loans sanctioned by the banks to NBFC microfinance institutions. That's very important. Last year we had a separate session for NBFC, type of NBFCs. I will share the slide today. Just go through that. The NBFCs types will be discussed on that. NBFC microfinance institutions and other microfinance institutions, society trusts, which are members of RBI recognized self-regulatory organization. Very important. RBI, it is RBI self-regulatory organization. So these are not regulated by RBI. The RBI itself will recognize some other organization that will give the recognition to this NBFC MFIs for on lending to MSME sector. This is very important. So we are not directly lending to MSME in this case. We will lend loans to NBFC non-banking finance company, these microfinance institutions and other microfinance institutions. They will in turn give loans to the micro, small and medium enterprise sector. And that definition will be given by RBI, that we'll discuss later. So those loans to microSME, NBFCs, non-bank finance companies will also be considered under private sector only. This is very important point. So in this case, we are not giving loan to any individual entity or any micro enterprises. We are giving loan to non-bank finance company. For example, if you assume tomorrow Manappuram or Muthoot will be also be called as they will say they are giving loan to MSMEs. Nowadays, Cholamandalam, those microfinance institutions are getting loan from banks. So banks will give loan to Cholamandalam. Cholamandalam will give in turn loan to MSME units. So those loans will also be will all be classified under private sector classification. But in those cases, the loans will be in huge numbers like 100 crores, 200 crores, 500 crores, 1,000 crores like that. So instead of direct lending, we are going through on lending. It's called on lending to MSME sector by NBFC MFs. Then loans to registered non-bank finance companies other than microfinance companies. So now here we have seen NBFC microfinance finance companies. Yeah. So here loans to registered NBFC other than microfinance institutions. There are different types of non-bank finance companies. In that, there is one part is microfinance institutions, and there are NBFCs which are not covered under, and those NBFCs will also on lend to MSME, micro and small enterprises, not medium enterprises. So that also will comes under private sector lending only. Then comes credit outstanding under the general credit cards. Previously, nowadays I don't think we are giving more GCC card. Previously, many all the banks were giving general credit card, GCC cards, and Laghu Udyami credit card, Swaraj card. Viewers credit card, I think the country, but there are many cards which are now discontinued, we are not giving. But those cards, what are outstanding in the existence, all will also be called classified in the private sector, provided it is not given for any form entrepreneurial credit needs of individuals. So credit outstanding under general credit cards, Laghu Udyami card, Swaraj card, Weavers card in the existence and catering to the non-farm entrepreneurial credit needs of the individuals. Then overdraft to PMJDY account holders will qualify for the target under the lending to micro enterprises. Also very important, micro enterprises only. Outstanding deposit with SIDBI and Mudra Limited on account of private sector shortfall. So suppose a bank, every quarter we have to achieve the target that you know very well. So suppose we are unable to achieve the target for the private sector lending. So on the last moment, then what banks will do? They will park some deposits bank at SIDBI, Small Industry Development Bank of India, and Mudra Limited, so that those deposits will be classified under the private sector. So by this way, we will meet the shortfall of the private sector lending target. That also be concluded private sector lending. Then loan to PM Swanidhi borrowers that you know very well. That also becomes under private sector classification. Loans under co-lending model, arrangement of RBI. This is co-lending. So here is on lending. Here what happens, bank will lend to NBFCs and microfinance institutions, and NBFCs other than microfinance institutions, they will in turn lend to the MSME sector. Whereas in case of co-lending, the bank and the NBFCs, they together give a loan to the MSMEs. Like it's called co-lending model. What happens? Some percentage of, we'll discuss in detail later about all these things. So bank will, what happen? Bank will have a percentage of share on that lending, and this NBFC will have a percentage of share on this lending. For example, 70-30, 50-50, or 80-20 like that. And there will be a separate agreement for that. So based on the agreement, the bank will and the NBFC will together go for lending the loans to MSMEs, and based on the pre-agreement, accordingly, the loan will be given to MSMEs, and that also will be comes under private sector. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, just I want to give a validation.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, tell me,
sir. Audible.
Please,
sir. Just to give a validation to your statement, please, if you don't mind. Yeah. The ratio is 80-20, sir.
Yes.
In co-lending.
That's what in 80-20 validation only, because I read long back, sir. I don't know what subsequent updates would have happened. Thanks for the confirmation, sir.
No, presently I'm working there. That's why okay, I thought I will give input.
80-20
don't think
only. Okay, sir. Done.
Don't think otherwise.
Sir, sir, what is this, sir? All our offices only. Thanks for your update, sir. Thank you, sir. Everyone is benefiting.
It's 80-20 ratio.
Okay,
we bank ratio will be 80, and NBFCs will be 20%.
Okay, sir.
And Thank you. Thank you for this.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your addition. Thank you so much. Yes. 2 minutes. I'll just share another screen. Yes. Yeah. Now the screen is visible, now. Okay. e-GST. Fine. Okay. We go with that. Okay. Fine. Dear comrades, actually, I think people will be aware, like, this is a new guidelines, a new scheme issued by our bank, Canara e-GST. So I think we will utilize this session also to discuss on it, because there may be questions on this. So this particular circular number is 642 by 2024. Please note it down, and we'll be giving questions on it. Just we'll have discuss this particular scheme, and after that we'll go for discussing the CASA products questionnaires and answers. So the product name is Canara e-GST. What is the purpose? To provide fund-based working capital to GST registered MSME is very important. So only for those companies who register under GST, this particular scheme is eligible. And working capital limit only for income generation, this is normally will give. To facilitate GST registered MSMEs providing hassle-free working capital up to 10 lakhs based on GST turnover. So the loan is up to 10 lakhs only. This is another important point. We have to note it down. As I already told, this target group is again MSME only. So micro, small and medium enterprises, but provided they should be registered with the GST, and it is automatically up to 10 lakhs based on the turnover, it will be sanctioned. So existing current holders for a minimum period of 12 months categorized as micro, small and medium enterprises having valid Udyam registration certificate and GST are eligible under the scheme. This is very important. That's why I told Udyam registration certificate only decides the future of the MSMEs and our banking also. So very important. If any customer brings Udyam registration certificate, kindly verify it. Not just previously and all, 3-4 years back, and people used to just take a URC and keep it record without even checking it. Just for name verification only, we used to do that. But nowadays, don't do it. Even for 1 lakh also, if anyone bring a Udyam register, kindly check that name, PAN number, Aadhaar number of the individual, address, and the investment, what was the investment is declared in it, and what was the type of activity as a manufacturing or services. Because what is happening nowadays is off the record, I'm telling, in later period, if account became NPA or some kind of... Yeah, anyone wants something? Okay. So any untoward incident happened, like account became NPA or something, some accountability, if it is fixed, then in that case, this URC certificate only they're first verifying. Are we verifying the URC like that? So please verify the URC certificate properly and verify all the details with the GST returns or ITRs with the customers. So very important, existing current account holders for a minimum period of 12 months categorized as MSME only are eligible for this particular existing to bank. And existing MSME term loan borrower bank without having working capital and total MSME exposures should not be more than 10 lakhs. So for suppose existing exposure is around 5 lakhs, they are having a loan, then you can give another 5 lakhs of the working capital to them, so that the overall exposure will not exceed 10 lakhs. So overall exposure, including proposed working capital under the scheme, would be within the limit of maximum 10 lakhs only. This is the scheme. So it comes under mostly branch powers only. That is why the 10 lakhs is given. And one more, there is collateral free also. Up to 10 lakhs, you know very well, up to 10 lakhs, banks cannot insist for collateral. You have to cover it under CGFMU or CGFMU accordingly. So satisfactory repayment, these are all normal conditions only. Anyhow, just I read it. The satisfactory repayment record in existing term loan account, no overdue on date of application, not in SMA2 NPA status in last 12 months. So since we are giving loans to existing current account holders for a minimum period of 12 months, if they are having any existing term loan, in that case, we have to invariably verify whether the customer the loan has become SMA2 or NPA in the last 12 months. If it is so, then we cannot lend. No, what are the eligibilities? Business entity is constitution, individual proprietorship, and firm. Or here again is individual promoter only. It is not a company promoter, it is individual promoter only. That you have to take care. Individual proprietorship or a firm with individual promoter. Yes. The entity should have a valid UDRC and PAN. That also I already told. Promoter should have a valid Aadhaar, PAN, and email ID, and same should be updated in CBS. Individual promoter having age in 2165. This is a very important point. These questions may come. The promoter should have an age from 21 to 65. Because 18 is the major. In case of CASA products for account opening and so things, we will be mentioning 18 to 65, 18 to 70. But in this case, the minimum age is 21 and maximum age is 65 in case of individual and proprietorship form. Yes. Applicant should have a minimum business vintage and active current account for 12 months is another important condition here. a current account you should have maintained under MSME and should be at 12 months of transactions. So GST RSA is mandatory under the scheme, and minimum 12 months GST return should be available. Is another important point. What we are doing generally, GST returns we will not take. We will just take on Form B certificate and keep it on record. But what is happening? We have to verify the GST. Better we go with the ask for downloading or auditor and download the returns and verify it once, please. So we hereafter everything anybody can do anything over online. They even they can change the certificate, they can modify it, they can fabricate it. So I am not asking you to doubt the customer. At least as our response, as a responsible officer, it is our duty to check whether the certificate is provided or as per the norms and is it tallying with the government data. At least for that purpose, now as bank has introduced an excellent due diligence option also. That also you can utilize. That I'll discuss later. We can also give it to external due diligence agencies. They will verify the GS returns and give a certificate. Yes, this GS return is valid. This IT returns is valid. They will give a certificate. With that certificate, at least you can ensure the G returns are valid like that. Yes, sir. Madhu, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Sir, sorry for the disturbance again.
Tell me, sir.
One more value addition to this.
Yes, sir.
In this product,
yes, sir.
GST return is online verified by the system.
Yes, sir.
So branch need not verify personally.
Yeah, sir. I'm just off the record. I'm telling for all the other cases, not just specific product. What is happening
in this product? It is enabled through
this is verified. This is
government verification.
Yes, sir.
Portal verification.
Okay, sir.
Even yours also, it will be verified through the government CB portal.
Very good, sir. Very good, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, problem. This is new
these product. Two things just I wanted to add.
Thank
Don't
you,
think again otherwise.
Sir, you are open for it. We are all just we are just what do you call facilitators only, sir. Okay. Thanks for your addition. Because what is happening now, sir? Now after the MSME Sulabh introduction, what is happening? The branches we are not sanctioning any MSME loans. Up to
correct.
We are sanctioning. So we are not reading the MSME guidelines also. This is what is happening now. There is practically we are not following the MSME guidelines because we are not sanctioning loans above 10 lakhs. And GST verification mostly what happens, GST verification mostly will give for big loans like about 10 lakhs, it will go 25 lakhs will go to Sulabh. So straight away GST verification we are not doing in the branches. So it is very important to verify the GST returns at any cost. And thanks for your validation, sir. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Sorry to disturb you. Just I thought this scheme is particularly in digital mode. That's why I thought
yes,
otherwise whatever you're explaining is correct because branches are not checking the GST return. Even the turnover also they are not checking.
That is what, sir.
Simply they'll take 3P and keep it. But they should check the turnover. In fact,
3 years back, I also was just taking it to keep it in record only. After that, only this is all out of experience. Only we are getting now. That is why now we want to properly communicate to the that bankers. That is why, sir, I wanted to stress that point. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for disturbance again, sir. Sorry. Continue.
Okay, sorry, sir. We'll go for it. No problem, sir. No problem, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
So latest GST return should not be older than 1 month. So and this is all obvious because last year only you have to take. And in case of monthly filing and 1 quarter in case of quarterly filing from the preceding month of loan application based on the filing frequency we can take. Applicant should not have active business loans with any banks and same should be checked digitally through credit information report. This credit information report for individual, since individual promoter, sometimes what happens will take only individual CIBIL. But it is for proprietorship, you should also generate for try to generate for this entity, this commercial CIBIL also will try to say. And one more thing we can try through individual CIBIL, we can get the different addresses and any other gold loan or something through that other bank loans. So you can go for that verification of details with other banks also. We can get to know any other loans are there. And one more point, in the SBI account of that or current account of the customer, you can see the transactions. Based on that, you can understand any transaction is going in between other banks and this bank. Suppose any transaction happening from other bank, then that also we can verify. So there are various way of verification only. It's not related to this particular product. I'm just telling you, since this particular product is a new product, very important, good product also, just for additional information. And existing MSME term bonds with our bank not having working capital shall be eligible to the scheme. This particular scheme is for working capital. So straight away you can go for working capital only. If the existing term loan customers are not having working capital loan, you can straight away give based on this GST returns. PAN-based exposure of entity promoter under the Canara e-GST shall not exceed maximum limit stipulated under the scheme. That is rupees 10 lakhs. So aggregate exposure shall be capped at rupees 10 lakhs under the scheme in all proprietorship individual entities. For example, a particular individual is running 2-3 entities. He may be a proprietor in one entity. And very important, it is individual entity only. All the proprietorship individual entity. He may be partner, that won't be considered. Suppose he is running 2-3 current accounts. In all the accounts, he is a proprietor. In such cases, if he's having any loan at that in each entity, for example, is having entity of A and B and C, each entity is having 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs working capital, and overall exposure is around 6 lakhs. So he can be given around another remaining 4 lakhs only. If he's already having an overall cap of 10 lakhs, then we cannot give any loan, any working capital to him. Or if he's having a term loan of 10 lakhs altogether also, then we cannot give any loan to that particular customer. So very important. That's what PAN-based exposure. The word is important. PAN-based exposure. Since this is for individual proprietorship and individual linked loan, that we have to ensure that. Any loan account of the borrower or promoter should not be in overdue. This I already told. Should not go as per in case of existing customer, because previously there is no such strict guidelines, but this particular circular is giving a very strict guidelines. Any loan account of the borrower should not be in overdue NPA status, not just NPA, overdue also should not be there. So in that case also we can go. So only a proper customer with very good GS returns and very good repayment capacity and history will be given loan under this particular scheme, Canara e-GST. Existing loan accounts with our bank should not. This is for outside loans. This is for our banks. Okay. So customers having credit history of SMA2 NPA is last shall not be 12 months not eligible. Straight away they have denied this. So no other guidelines have such a clear picture. This particular guideline scheme is having very clear guidelines. The customers having credit history of SMA2 NPA in the last 12 months shall not be eligible. So straight away you can deny. So if any customer comes with GST is coming for a loan, you can generate the civil and you can check any loan with other banks is having any overdue. There is one case. Again, having the history of SMA2 NPA account in the last 12 months, that also not eligible. Straight away you can deny. So my suggestion to all the branches and officers and managers, or if any customer come for a loan, just straight away take a PAN number and other number, generate it and check on the spot, or at least 1 or 2 days you verify, and then proceed with the next stage. That will be better. It will save your time also. So number of checks written due to insufficient fund. This is another important point. Reason for ECS, NACH bounce their operating accounts in the last 12 months should not be more than 4 times. So very important. This question may come. Number of times of bouncing may come, because if the number of check bounce or ECS bounce is more than 4 times, then also he is not eligible. So number of checks returned due to insufficient, that is another important insufficient fund. There may be another reason for signature mismatch or some other reason that won't be considered. This very specifically insufficient fund reason, or ECS, NACH bonds in operative account in the last 12 months should not be more than 4 times. The scheme is applicable for the accounts rated up to moderate risk only. That also there is obvious moderate, there is no high risk we cannot give, so moderate risk only. Borrower's promoter's name should not appear in the RBI default list. And this is one important thing. We may not be having access to RBI default list, the Central Fraud Registry, the CCC caution list. At least through CIBIL we can get it. And I think we have one option is there. I'll try to share. One circular was there for the verification. Let me check. Because branches, I don't think there is option to check this RBI default list, Central Fraud Registry and CCC. But there will be a database available at some location where we can see that. Okay, that we will. But this is the by default. This is there. In all the loans, not just this loan, any loan, this is a default condition. Then credit information report. 2 consumer CAR along with CAR along with consumer score will be fetched digitally through CACs. Again, it is digitally fetched only. We need not worry about that. You will get the status. Then CAC consumer score of the promoter individual shall be minimum of 650, and customer with no credit history will be eligible. This is another important point. Specifically mentioned here. There are persons with they may be having current account that may not be available any loan, any term loan or working capital. In those customers will get only -1 in case of CAC. So they are also eligible for that. And another point, those having any customer credit score, it should be minimum of 650. Now, customers having credit history like written off, scheduled cases, willful default, suit filed, or any adverse remarks in CAC are not eligible. This is also very clear. So if the particular customer is having a suit filed or written off account or willful default generally may not be, but this written off, settled cases, suit filed will be there everywhere. So if any such remark is available in the CIBIL report, straight away we can say it is not eligible. And CAR under commercial segment shall be fetched in case of other than individual borrowers and adverse remarks in the report. Again, as I told that commercial also we have to generate and check. CIBIL MSME rank shall not be applicable under the scheme, as total MSME exposure should be within the overall limit of 10 lakhs only. So the CMR is not applicable. Straight away they have done it is not applicable. Just for verification purpose you can check, but this rank is not. This is CIBIL score is CIBIL MSME rank. CMR is not applicable for the particular scheme. Any account of borrower or promoter should not be in overdue. Again, the same thing repeating. Again, the same thing, 12 months, that should not be SMA2 or NPA. The question may come SMA1 or SMA0, like that. So SMA2 and NPA, that is the two criteria. They should not, the customer should not be in that SMA2 or NPA status for last 12 months. Yeah, please. Yes, comrade, please ask. Soumya madam, please ask. Soumya Deepji, hello. Yeah, please. You want to ask something, sir? Soumya Deep Chakrabarti. Comrade, please ask if anyone any.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, sir, tell me, sir. Tell me, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, as you said, that CMR rank is not applicable in this case. But
Yes,
suppose that apart from that overall limit, suppose as you said that 3 units he is having 2 lakhs exposure.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
remaining for the 4 lakhs, we are giving him a working capital. So suppose for that, or suppose it is more than 6 lakhs, we are giving him a working capital, and we find out that that the CMR rank is coming to around 8 or 9. Then while checking the commercial, then what to do, sir?
Actually, sir, that is what I'm telling now. You take the CMR, but the problem of mark straight away, the scheme itself says CMR is not applicable. So you need not worry at all. But at least for verification purpose, let us see his other dues and other thing. We can get on a declaration something from him. But since the scheme itself is not asking you to verify CMR as a mandatory for this, because it's up to 10 lakhs only. And it is only for individual capacity. That is why we can generate for the CMR and that commercial civil, and we can check their dues or something. If you are unable to find any due, then you can just keep it in record and you can go ahead, sir. But in your process note, just mention the same. If you are typing, okay, that just record it somewhere, sir. So any such observation, please record it somewhere. But you can also finally sanction. However, this particular scheme is not making this CMR is applicable. Hence, you can sanction like that. Simply, sir, you can sanction like that only. It is not applicable straight away.
Okay.
Keep it for record and sanction it. That's it. Okay, na? Done, sir. Done.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, minimum quantum is 1 lakh and maximum 10 lakh. Minimum quantum of loan is 1 lakh and maximum 10 lakh. The question may come like this. So minimum they may tell 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 like that. So we should be very careful. The Canara GST minimum amount is 1 lakh and maximum is 10 lakhs. The total MSME exposure of the borrower, including the proposed working capital limit under the scheme, should not exceed 10 lakhs. That we already discussed later already. A loan amount shall be carried multiple of 10,000 of the assessed loan amount at the lower side. If the assessed loan amount is 7 point, since it is based on GST, it is automatic only. Na? So in that case, you have to sanction the lowest only. If it is 7.49, you have to sanction 7.4. And if the assessed loan amount is 7.41, then the accepted loan amount is 7.5. So it is in the multiples of 10,000 only. So you have to be very careful, and that on lower side only. Suppose it is on 7.62, then you have to see 7.6 only. So it should be a multiple of 10,000, but at the same time, the lower side also. That you have to take care. And nature of facility, very simple, fund-based, working capital limit, OCC or OD. Margin drawing for all obvious, stocks 25%, book debts 30%. Margin, if it is based on stocks, then margin is 25%. If it is based on book debts, it should be margin 30%. So branch shall submit declaration with respect to availability of stock during customer journey, and same will be verified to the branch official during the visit. Securities, this is very important. Any visit to the place, kindly record it in a unit visit report and take a photo with geotagging and keep it on record. Because many places we are preparing report, but the proof of having visited is not kept along with the visit report. Subsequently, what happens after a few years or something, the loan is not paid or something, then automatically when some verifications comes, then they're telling the proof of visit is not available. So whenever you go for a visit, please take on photo along with the customer, and before standing before that particular unit, and take a photo along with geotagging, and just take a print and keep in the loan papers after preparing the unit visit report also. Just keep it in record. There you can mention the stock value, whatever you visited, that you can observe it. Whatever observation you made, just record it and take a signature of the officer along with who visited along with you, and just sign it. Keep it in record. Branch officials should submit duly verified stock statement and stock inspection report along with the value of the stock and book ups in the DLP package. This package you have to update, and system will calculate drawing power based on the margin defined under the scheme. So now we see the declaration basis of the only based on the declaration the stocks and these margins are calculated. So we'll be very careful in declaring the things. We should not declare just like that. So if, for example, book ups, if you see that balance sheets and you can find the book ups also, that also it is there. And if you go to the unit, you can find the registers or something. They can provide the financials based on that. Also, book that they can arrive. So please take the declaration and you have to verify the declaration, and based on that you have to punch in the DLP package, and accordingly the drawing pool will be calculated. So working capital tenability, again, this is all very much aware. 1 year is a working capital tenure. Every year you are subject for renewal also, that you take care. Crossing in document is very important. The charges, the question may come on this also. So as applicable Mudra loans up to 10 lakhs, other loans is very simple. So above 50,000 to 5 lakhs. But in this case, the loan starting loan itself 1 lakh only. So it is nil only. There is no charges for that. Above 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 0.25% per lakh or pot thereof, minimum of 1250. So minimum charge is 1250 plus GST. Document charges again up to 2 lakhs nil. Above 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs, rupees 200 per lakh, subject to maximum of 25,000. And CSC charge, this is automatic detector. This is all not required. Automatic auto deduction charges. This is as applicable as applicable. It will detect automatically. Interest is very important here. Again, because here we are giving loan only up to moderate risk only. So low risk, normal risk, and moderate risk. So applicable to Mudra loans again here. Working capital up to 2 lakhs, RLR plus 1.05. For working capital above 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs, it comes under RLR 1.4 for low risk, RLR plus 2.25 for normal risk, RLR plus 2.75 for moderate risk. This question may come. So the comparison, they may ask for question about the interest rate and what is that charges. They can mix and ask. And margin, very important margin. In case of stocks, the margin is 20%. In case of book deals, the margin is 30%. The question may come on this also. Again, I repeat, up to 2 lakhs, RLR plus 1.05. For low risk, RLR plus 1.4. For normal risk, RLR plus 2.25 for about 2 lakhs, 10 lakhs. And moderate risk, RLR plus 2.75. Okay, this is a common asset out of bank finance. Okay, collateral securities nearly you know very well, but CGFMU is automatically 10 lakhs to be covered. And CGFMU equivalence also will discuss. That is actually CGFMU, once you cover within automatically what happened up to 5 years, the bank will take care of that. Only thing, every year we have to ensure the asset is there and we have to update in the BAM 74. As long as the bank is ensuring that BAM 74 is updated in the CGFM, that BAM 74 asset is updated in the BAM 74 in CBS, then our loans are secured, because even if account become NPA also, after 5 years, the bank will get the full amount by way of taking claim. Assessment, minimum past 12 months just will mandate reliable. This is already discussed. Again, they're repeating it. Just all automatic. So latest GST should not be older than 1 month. I already discussed. If it is quarterly filing, it should not be less than 1 quarter. So GST should be available to, this is some example they're telling, that's it. GST return should be available up to month of, if the customer is applying loan in October 2023. And in case of quarterly filing, GST should be available up to June 2023. If the customer is applying loan in October 2023. So if we are applying this quarter, the last quarter ka GST return should provide. If it is a quarterly returns, if it's a monthly returns, if you're applying this month, then the last month ending, that return should be available for monthly returns. At least 70% of turnover reflecting GST return should have been routed through bank current account. That is very, very important. This question may come. How much? Because GST returns, though it will file, some transaction may not be routed to our bank account. But there is no condition that only through our bank, only through bank account only, our bank account only GST returns should be there. But GST should be filed. But there are chances they will just file a GST without verification also, that we don't know. So in that case, for that only, our bank is having on control over that. 70% of turnover should be reflected. Should have been through to the bank current account only, or our bank, other bank, only through bank. Another point is only our bank, other bank. That this point also will come. So only through bank current account we are telling. It is not about only our bank. So any GST returns submitted should have a bank related GST turnover of about 75%. So to verify, because cash state transaction may be there, in order to curtail the fake or kind of inflated kind of returns, this bank based turnover 70% should be there. That condition is prescribed. Based on the count of digital transaction volume in the current account GST turnover, loan amount will be calculated as under. Now it's based on the volume of digital transactions. So if the GST turnover in 12 months, this actually in our working capital assessment also, the digital transaction is having a separate in our normal turnover method also, there is a separate assumption given for the GST digital transaction. The GST under this we will calculate also. Will tell you, but GST returns just suppose let it be A, turnover total bank account in the is B. So this will take eligible for complete digital transaction in the account up to 70% of the B. So this is account more than 70% of B. So customer D, sanction amount CR. So we will have a separate calculation on it. I'll prepare on sanction. Prepare since the guide. I'm just reading. I will prepare on separate example for this and I will share with you. But just go through these ones. The turnover total through the bank account is 70% of A. This is the A means total GST which is filed. So as per the bank guidelines, 70% of the turnover only we can consider. So let it be B. Like it's for example, it's 1 lakh. It will be around 70. Eligible working capital. If digital transactions is account up to 70% of B, for example, here we have taken around 75,000 only. In that 70% only we are taking care. So C is 25% of A, or if digital transaction in the account is more than 70%, then C is 25% of VA. So based on this, we are calculating. So we have to take the 70% of GST, whatever transaction happened through the bank. In that, again, we are taking 70% of the digital transactions. If it is below 70%, that is one classification. If it is above 70% of digital transaction, there is another classification. So eligibility will be more. Suppose the digital transaction is more than 70%, then this goes up to 20% of VA. Since the loan amount is, for example, I'll just on calculation will make right now. I'll type on, please wait. I'll open on screen. I open a screen, Excel, straight away we go for a calculation. You'll understand then. So now, what circular says, total, let it be turnover of total turnover. Visible, no? The screen is visible now, sir?
Visible, sir, visible.
Yeah, this time now. So GST turnover. It will be A. It will be some turnover is minimum of 20 lakhs. Na? So let it be some, I'll take 20 lakhs only. 20 lakhs, okay. Now, 75% of should be through bank. Is B. Which is so 1.5 lakhs is the total turnover through bank. Fine. Now, if the digital transaction is account up to 70% of B, so let us assume 70% of B is what? How much? 70% of B is 75%. Okay, fine. So 1 lakh, sorry, 11 lakh 25,000 is the 70% of B. So if the digital transaction, for example, let us assume it is 11 lakh. So automatically what happens? If the digital transaction account up to 70% of B, which is lesser than this amount only. So then that loan amount is 20% of VA. %20 of VA, which is what? A is 20 lakhs. Fine. The total value is 4 lakhs. Understood, na? Any doubt is that? So I have just assumed the total transaction, digital transaction is around 70% of, this is the total eligible, 70, if 70% of digital transactions comes around this thing, 75% of B is this much. But my account showing the of 11 lakhs in only. So what I am doing in that case, the eligible amount of loan is 20% of the turnover A, not turnover B. See, only B is taking for digital transactions, but the final loan will be based on turnover, total turnover of GST only. So 20% of VA is 4 lakhs. So now in case of lakhs, now it is above the 70% of B. Automatically, as per the circular, the total amount eligible is 25% of VA. That 20 lakhs into. Anybody is having any doubt what you have done? Shall I repeat it once again?
Repeat, sir, again.
Sir, this is a turnover and here. See, sir, this is the guidelines. The gross turnover is A, total GST turnover is A, the turnover routed to bank account is B, and eligibility working limit we have to find through digital transactions. So from B, we have to see what 70%, whether the number of the total digital transaction in the account is up to 70% of the B or above 70% of the B. Accordingly, the slab will change. So requested amount suppose is D. For example, customer apply for some amount, and if it is lesser than the so now I am going in the account is 20 lakh. Fine. In that, I have taken 70% of bank transaction, which is 15. You know very well, 75% only we should consider. I assume 70% of happened through the bank. So that only I have taken. Okay, so I have taken 70% of VA. Now, the condition is also very important. Transaction should have minimum is 70%. It may be 80% also. That is very important. So the condition is turnover to the minimum 70%. Suppose let it be 80%. Let us first finish this example. One more example will go for 80%. So now the minimum is 70%. So the transaction through the bank account is now 15 lakhs. Total turnover is 20 lakhs, but GST turnover through the bank account is 15 lakhs. Now I have to verify whether the digital transactions are more than 70% of the bank transactions, which is B. So if the digital transactions are yes. So I'm assuming, let us assume 11 lakh is the digital transactions in the bank account. So bank statement you will be having. After viewing that, you can have the report for the digital transaction also. That is separate report is available. Suppose you are saying that total transaction in the bank account is 11 lakh through digital transactions, and since you have to compare this 11 lakhs with 70% of B, again this 70% of B, this is B is 70% of A. 70% of the gross turnover you are first you have taken, and then you have to see whether the total digital transaction is within 70% of B again. So what is 70% of B here? 1 lakh, sorry, 11 lakh 25,000. This is the comparison. So now the transaction through digital mode, we have to compare with the 70% of B. Okay. Now what happened? This particular amount is lesser than the 70% of the bank transactions. B, you can call it a bank. B means bank. So bank transactions, whatever bank transaction, in that 70% digital transaction is above or less, you have to see. It is lesser than the 70% of B. So straight away what you are going about by that, in that case, the total loan amount, eligible amount is 20% of the overall turnover. So now we are going for 20% of the turnover. Yes. Understood? In another case, for example, let us assume this particular transaction, total transaction in the digital through digital mode is 12 lakhs, which is above the 70% of the bank transactions. In that case, the total limit eligible amount is 25% of the A. So 5 lakhs. 20 lakhs into 20%. Now the customers applied for 3 lakhs. Customer applied 3 lakh. Then the total, the sanction amount is 3 lakh will come. Suppose the customer applied 6 lakhs, then the sanction amount is 6 lakhs, provided based on these digital transactions. So this is one thing. Now I go for 80% slab. I'll change it to 80% now. So 1,60,000. Again, it is only for verification purpose. The total turnover will be considered for arriving at the working capital limit. It's only for comparison only. 80% of it. See now, see 1,28,000 is the 70% of this bank transactions. 70% minimum 70%. Now it is 80%. So 80% of the total turnover is 1 lakh. Hello, 1,60,000. In that 70, sorry, it is 78 only. This is 78 only. Yes. Yes. Now that comparison is 1 lakh to 12 lakhs. So again, now the digital transaction of it is now suppose it is 11 lakh. Then it is already lesser than 12 lakhs only. Then again the 4 lakhs only come. In this also now it is less equivalent to 12 lakhs. So in that case, more than will come. Is up to only. Again same 20% will come here also. Because both are same now. It is not more than that. So only if the value is more than, only if the digital transaction is more than 70% of the bank transaction, then only 20% of the working turnover we can sanction. So in this case, both the 25% of the bank-related transactions and the 70% of the bank-related transactions or both are same. Hence, we cannot sanction 20%. So again, 20% of the gross turnover will sanction. Same 4 lakhs will be there. That's all. If the customer is applied for 5 lakhs, then the sanction amount is 4 lakhs. Is it okay? Please clarify once. Yeah, some doubt. Yeah, madam. Tanushree, madam, tell me, madam. Yes. Tanushree, madam, you raise your hand. Please let me know. Yeah. Madam, please tell your doubt. Members, Comrades, any doubt? Please let me know. Are we clear or shall we move ahead? Please. Okay, fine. We'll finish it off. Huh? Done. Fine. Okay, done. Fine. No, whether it is clear, I just want some confirmation from members. That's why. Anybody can tell me. Yes. Yes. Yeah, please. Yeah. Another 5 10 minutes will finish it off. Okay, now thank you. Done. Fine. So I think we've discussed. Again, one more example we'll share later. Applicant can manage 2 accounts are arriving out, turnover matching DS turnover. Okay, this and all normal thing only. Maximum 2 accounts only. So maximum 2 arriving account turnover matching with DS turnover. So one is our back account. And yeah, madam. Yes, madam. Someone asked something. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, madam. Let me know, please. Okay, I move it. So 2 bank accounts. One is our bank, another is one more bank we can add. This and all operation side, that and all, no, don't too much discuss on it. Only thing, this is important. 2 accounts. This is very important. I already told you tagging all these things and already there, that you please follow it up. And this is very important. Conduct digitally only. This you please note it down. This particular is branch officer should conduct unit visit digitally by visiting to this website. So the website is clearly mentioned in that circular. So please follow this. Product code, scheme code and all, you can note it later. Other things are normal for any MSME customer. That only they have told. That's it. Please ensure all the data uploaded to CBS is proper. Fine. I think this is all not required. This is all for common for all the this thing. Okay, fine. Delegation of powers, sanctioned GST, all the branch in charge only. Okay, STP is due STP journey only. This is a staff accountability portion. Please read. This is our prime responsibility. These things you please follow it up so that nothing will happen to us in the future. I think we can conclude this MSME session as of today. We'll go for the next section another day, either tomorrow, day after tomorrow. And I just want to ask one thing. Yesterday we shared the questions for the CASA. Whether anyone was able to find the answer for that 5 questions. I'm just sharing the questions now. Yesterday we shared. Yeah, I'm just opening it. Yes. So, comrades, actually, yesterday we shared the questions. Yesterday night we shared the questions for CASA products. Some model questions I shared. So, just go through the questions and let me know whether you're able to answer it. I will share the key also after the session. Just I'm sharing the screen now. Model questions. Yes. Yes. Yeah, able to hear me? Able to view the questions now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. The question is, which of the following statements are true? First is, SB select account holders are eligible for Rupee debit card as primary card. Quarterly average balance for SB select account is 20,000 for urban. Interest will be credited to the SB select account on 1st of February, 1st of May, 1st of August, and 1st of November every year. Options are either 1 and 2 are correct, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 only. First, can anyone answer the question, sir?
So 1B.
One is
B.
2 and 3.
1 minute, sir.
2 and
Just
3, sir. 1B.
is also yesterday I kept it somewhere. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir. Now you tell me, sir, what is the answer for this?
2 and 3.
So 1B. 2 and 3.
2 and 3. B is the answer you are telling. Is or true? I am asking, sir. True.
Sir,
Yeah,
C,
2 and 3 is true.
Sir? Somebody is telling D? Somebody is telling D, or C?
C, sir.
C, all are true. 1, 2, 3, all are true.
Sir, only
Yes.
D. Sir, D is the answer. Third 3 only.
Sir,
Sir, who
D
has
is the
told
answer.
D, sir?
Sir,
Who has told D, sir?
Sir,
Great,
Saurabh
great,
Singh.
great, great. Yeah, Saurabh, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Good, sir. Sir, I tell you, that's why the question was prepared. See, Rupee select and SB select, that confusion will come. Actually, SB Select is not eligible for Rupee Select card. SB Select is eligible for, I think, Platinum card only.
Platinum
Correct,
card,
na?
sir.
Platinum
Yes,
card only. Okay? So the confusion first is not true. Next, SB Select, as we already discussed, SB Select is the only product where monthly average balance is computed.
Yes.
Correct, na? It is not here mentioned quarterly average balance. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So both are not true. Correct? Now the third one is interest is calculated on 1st February, 1st May, 1st August, 1st. That is true. So thank you so much. Now understood, na? How the questions will come. Correct, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah, fine. Okay, next question will go. So now answer is D, correct, for question number 1. Tanushree madam, I think she raised her hand long back. Maybe wrongly pressed it. 1 second, we see. Tanushree madam, anything you want to ask, please ask, madam. Okay, done. Fine. Okay, the answer for question 1 is D, correct, sir?
D, yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, next question we go. Which of the following statements are not true? Sir, again, you carefully read. No, it is not true. Okay. Locker operations are free for SB Select, Elite, Delete account holders. First, second, Jeevandhara Platinum, Jeevandhara Diamond, or Rupee Platinum debit cards with, or eligible. I forgot to mention eligible here. Eligible for Rupee Platinum debit cards with free issuance and EMC. Canara aspect holders are eligible for Rupee Platinum Millennium debit card. And then women in the age group of 18 to 70 as on date of opening are eligible for opening Canara account. Now, please let me know the answer, sir. It is not true. I'm asking.
So 1.
Why it is not true, sir? 1.
Yes, sir. A.
Because in SB Select, local operations are not free.
One only.
Yes, sir.
Sir, anybody is having an answer? Please let me know.
Sir, A. Answer is
A,
one.
B, C, D.
Sir,
A.
One only,
A is sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
One
Sir.
only.
Anybody is having any other answer? Any other answer, sir? Anyone is having any other answer? Okay. We'll go by it one by one, sir. Okay, now. So locker operations are free for SB Select, Elite, and Delete. Okay. Let me see first SB Select. SB Select, whether locker operations are free?
No, sir.
No. But Elite, and so automatically this first is becoming not true. Okay. So fine. Next, Jeevandhara Platinum and Jeevandhara Diamond are eligible for Rupee Platinum debit cards.
Yes.
Now the issue is Jeevandhara Platinum. Okay. Okay. Jeevandhara Diamond is eligible for Jeevandhara Platinum account. What about Jeevandhara Platinum account?
Rupee Platinum.
Jeevandhara Platinum account. They are eligible for Rupee Select card, sir. Jeevandhara Platinum is eligible for Rupee Select card. Okay. Okay. So automatically what happens? Second is not true. Correct? If I will share the one more slide here. You can see the data also. 1 minute. For Canara, Jeevandhara Platinum, they are eligible for Rupee Select debit card. So both 1 and 2 are not true. Correct? So 1 and 2 are not true. 2, 3 and 4 are true because as per recently launched, so Rupee Platinum Millennium card is eligible. Age group is again 80 to 70 for all Canara AGL. That is eligible. So for question number 2, answer is D. Okay, sir? Is it okay? Answer is D. Okay, now question 3. Again, minimum quarterly average balance for SB Select is 25,000 for Metro. Which of the following statements are true? Cash handling charges are waived for Canara Delete account holders in both home and non-home branches. Canara Elite and Delete account holders are eligible for Rupee Select debit card with free issuance and AMC. Canara Angel account holders are eligible for personal accident insurance coverage 24/7 worldwide. Which are the following are true? Answers are 4 only. A, B 1, 2 and 3, C 1, 2 and 4, and all of the above. I read. See, sir, first SB select, as already told, SB select is only minimum average balance. So automatically one is becoming false, correct? Second, cash handling just wait for elite and delayed accounts in case of home and non-home branches. Actually, in case of delayed, it is wait only for home branches. It is not wait for non-home branches. So two also not true. Again, third one, elite and delayed account is eligible for Rupee Select debit card. Only elite is only delayed is eligible for Rupee Select debit card. Elite is not eligible for Rupee Select. It is for Rupee Platinum only. So automatically third also false. So last one, Canara Angel accounts are eligible for personal accident insurance 24/7 worldwide. Now again the same question shall I repeat because my yes, question number 3, minimum quarterly average balance for SB Select is 25,000 for Metro. Cash handling for wait for Canara delayed account in both home and non-home. Canara elite and delayed account is eligible for Rupee Select debit card, and Canara Angel account is eligible for personal accident insurance of 24/7 worldwide. So state which are the statements are true. A 4 only, B 1, 2 and 3, C 1, 2 and 4, and D all the above. Can someone answer?
It's fourth only, sir.
So for 3A.
All the above.
3A.
Sir?
4.
Fourth only.
I mean,
A, sir.
4 only. 4 only. This one only. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good, sir. Now we are able to understood now the difference. So delayed only for only home branch only is waived cash handling charges. In case of SB Select, it is for monthly average balance. There is no concept of quarter average balance. So both this is false. This is false. Elite and delayed only. Delayed it is Rupee Select card. In case of elite, it is Rupee Platinum card only. So that also false. So only 4 is true. That means A. So answer is for Q3 is A. Correct? Answer. Fine. Okay. Done. Now we go for fourth question. Which of the following statements are true? Locker rent is waived at 55%, 10%, 15% for Canara Angel, Lavender, Rose, and Orchid products respectively. Locker operations are unlimited for Jivandhara Diamond and Jivandhara Platinum account holders. Maximum amount of TOD permissible is 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and 3 lakh for payroll silver, gold, platinum, and diamond and platinum respectively. Canara Aspire account holders are eligible for one more free course at Coursera if they maintain quarterly average balance of 20,000. Answers are A 3 only, B 2 1 and 2 and 3, C 3 and 4, D all the above. Can someone give the answer, sir?
D.
D. All of the
D all the above is the answer.
D all the
all the above, sir. All the
All the above. Okay. Any other answer, sir? Anyone having?
C.
C.
Sir? C.
C.
Somebody saying C. D. Any other answer?
C, sir.
C.
B,
D
sir.
and 4.
B.
Okay.
D, sir.
B,
B,
2
B.
B
C.
2 and 3. Okay. C, D, B, C, D. Any other answer? Any other answer? B is somebody has given B, C, and D. Any other answer anybody is having? Yeah. Ganchanji, tell me. Tell me, sir. You are raising your hand. Tell me. Okay. Now I discuss. Now first thing is Canara Angel, Lavender, Rose, and Orchid. So for Angel Lavender, I have mentioned 5% waiver. Is that so?
No.
No. Correct, na? Only for Rose and Orchid, we have 10%, 15%. In case of Lavender, there is no rental waiver for locker. Okay? So automatically statement is become false. Correct? Done. Next one. Locker operations are unlimited for Jivandhara. So if wherever one comes, all the above will not come. So D will not come. Fine. Now locker operations are unlimited for Jivandhara Diamond and Jivandhara account holders. In case of Jivandhara, only locker rent is waived, not operations. The locker operations. Only rent is waived. So 2 also not true. Now comes 3. Okay. Maximum. This is I think 10,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and 3 lakh. This is true only. Fine. Now fourth one. How many say it is true, sir?
True, sir.
What is the condition, sir?
If he avails second course, then he have to maintain 25,000 quarterly average balance.
One more condition is there. I read the condition now. One more free course to be offered maintaining quarterly average of 25,000 and crosses a threshold level of 50 transactions in 6 months time. I show the settler now, just a minute. I show the circular, just a minute, please be online. Able to see now? See this, sir? Maintaining QLB above 20,000 and crosses a threshold level of 50 transactions 6 months time. Okay? So obviously for that point also becoming false. Correct na? So yeah. So the answer is A. I mean, yeah, only third is the right answer, so which means A. So answer is Q4. Answer is. So last question, we'll finish this. I think people can easily answer this question. Yes, yes. Now comes last question. Which of this is not true? Minimum age for opening Jeevandhara Diamond and Jeevandhara Platinum is 55. Eligible age group to open premium payroll is payroll silver, diamond, gold, and platinum is 18 to 60. Locker rent is not waived for premium payroll silver account holders. Locker operations is not unlimited for premium payroll silver account holders. Which of the statements are not true? A, 4 only. B, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. C, 3 only. D, 1, 2, and 4.
Option D.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Option D. Sir, who gave the answer, sir? D.
Sir, D. Option D.
Great, sir. Saurabh C.
Yes, sir. Sir, D answer.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Because for Jeevandhara and Jeevan Diamond, there is no age restriction. The condition is only VRS and any pension account holders can open. That's all. So it is not true. Eligible group for open premium is 18 to 65. So this is also not true. Locker rent is not waived for premium payroll silver accounts. This is actually silver is not waived, na? It is not waived. So this is true only. So fourth one is locker operation is not unlimited for premium. This is also not true because it is unlimited. So locker operation unlimited for premium payroll silver accounts. Automatically 1, 2, and 4 become not true. Hence answer is D. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Q5 is D. I think the questions are okay, na? They're able to follow the questions. Likewise, we'll prepare the questions for all sessions also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? I think we can conclude. Avijit, comment, Avijit? I think we can conclude, na? Yeah. Somebody can give their feedback. Anybody want to give feedback? Just take 5 minutes and we can finish it off, sir. Yes, please. Anyone want to give suggestions? Yeah, please, sir. We'll go ahead.
Sir, we can have questions for each session. Like today was MSME.
Yeah, same thing. Yes, similarly only. That's what I started with this session and end with this questionnaire. Similarly, for tomorrow MSME sessions, we'll ask questions also like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Now the questions are fine, na? We are able to follow the questions. Correct, na?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Definitely, this is our strategy. Okay, and from your side also have a workout. Like whenever you send the questions, just try your level. So evening we can discuss at the questionnaire session. Okay, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Done. Anyone else, sir, want to say something?
Sir, where we can get these PDFs?
I will send the group, sir. On the group link, Avijit ji, can you share the group link now so that he can join so that we can share the PDFs? But whether I can attach now, we can download it here. We cannot attach any file here, na? sir.
Sir, I just wanted to say that I think this Google platform has a restriction of about 100 members. So, in order to make more members approachable to these classes, can we switch over to another platform?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. Go, sir. Better. We'll go for it. This Zoom. Acha. Okay. No, even Google,
So,
there is no chargeable basis.
Sir, what about do we have an option over WhatsApp? No, sir. I just wanted to ask whether we can switch over to WhatsApp platform for conducting the classes.
WhatsApp call.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Oh, is it okay? Right. Okay. Anyhow,
Right.
Avijit, we are recording. At least we'll try for it. Okay. Recording. At least we can try to share it. Otherwise, we'll try for some.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Arjun, madam, you please speak, madam.
Sir, for those of us who have joined this group today only through your link, can you please share whatever material you have shared earlier now so that we can
madam.
start?
Yeah. We will share again, madam. Don't worry. We'll share them again. Today we'll share. Okay. We'll share today's material also, last day's material also. We'll share, madam. Okay, na? We'll share. Please.
Thank you.
And you also share to others also. Yes, sir. Acha, is on 1 minute. Any issue? Sir is in line only, na? Bennet sir is there. First, whether he is there. 1 minute. I'll try to unmute. I think some issue. It is open na for everybody. It's open. Turn on the. I open the microphone everybody. So I have not restricted. Some issue with them.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Speak, sir. Now. Yeah.
No, actually, no. That is a limit. 100 people. Whether we have any option for any even paid option, we can try for it because so many are waiting.
We can try. We'll plan for a paid option because today itself, many people have crossed.
Yeah. No, because it is a very good section and many people are waiting for joining. I am also getting calls.
Okay.
Please find out any option is there to accommodate more people.
Yes, Bennet sir. Sure. Okay, we'll make arrangement for that.
Okay, thank you, Sivakumar and Avijit Pandey, and thank you all the participants. I hope it. I was also listening the section. It was very good. I think it will hope for benefit to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, comrades. Thank you. Good night. Yeah, Bennet. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, comrades. Yeah, please be with us. So we have started a very good momentum. So we'll continue. Let us continue like this. I think alternate days we'll have a training, have a question sessions also, definitely, and hopefully all will get very good marks in your promotion exams. And also share the links and the materials, whatever you have in our group. Similarly, whatever material you share to everyone. Have a discussion with all the people. Yes. All the best. Thanks so much. Good night.
Thank you, sir.